I don't know what to really say. Chelsea now on 6 consecutive losses in the Premier League. But hey, they scored a goal today, guys. It's fantastic, right? They scored a fucking goal today. What in the blue fucking hell is going the fuck on with everybody, man? I mean, we are in blue hell right now. We are absolutely finished as a football club, bro. We are absolutely fucking finished. You know, I had to go take care of some things early in the morning. I did watch the game. I watched the first half. Watched a little bit of the second half before I had to take my cousin to the airport. Safe travels to you, girl. But where do I begin? Or where could we begin? Is there a lot to really talk about when it comes to this game? Not really. Want to know why? Do you guys want to know why? Because the mentality of this team is absolutely in the fucking bin. It's over with, guys. It's been over. It's always been over. But at the end of the day, this is exactly why this fucking ownership needs to get the fuck out. And you guys are going to see why this channel is No Filter Chels, because I've absolutely had fucking enough of this shit. There's going to be people on here, oh crap, man, a fucking American is talking about football, right? Man, go kick rocks with that bullshit, bro. I've been a fan of this club for over 20 fucking years. I played the sport for over 20 fucking years. I have never seen a club and a team that is absolutely a shell of itself. They're absolutely a fucking shell of itself. And we can talk about the player performances all we want, right? We can talk about the pitifulness of Cole Palmer today. We can talk about the ineptitude of the back line, Malo Gusto. You can see it in the first 90 seconds of the game. Mark Cucurella, a guy that's considered one of the better left backs in the Premier League. I can see why people are now starting to prefer Joao Hato over him. What more do we need to really say? Right? Like, what more do we really need to talk about here? Prayers to Jesse Derry. It was a horrific head collision in the box. And hopefully he'll be okay. We know he's going to have a concussion for sure, but hopefully he'll be okay. But for a guy that came in for his first Premier League spot game today, he was the best performer out there on the pitch in blue. Absolutely horrific from everybody else. Enzo Fernandez, horrible. Moises Caicedo, horrible. Cole Palmer, brother, what the fuck is going on with you? People want to blame Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca has been gone now for about 4 months. What the fuck are we on? Like, what the fuck are we on, bro? Honestly. What's going on, man? I enjoy your views from Pakistan, man. I mean, this is ridiculous, dude. This is ridiculous. And I'm not going to go too harsh on the players here because the players are gone, bro. They're in the bench. João Pedro has to hold his heart as an apology to the fans that were still in Stamford Bridge. Has anybody ever heard Stamford Bridge get this toxic, this bad? Igbali wasn't even at the game today. But then again, you're seeing the Tottenham manager up there in the pressers, in the suites, who allows a rival coach in there? Who? At Chelsea Football Club, especially at Tottenham, man? Who the fuck allows that in there? This ownership. This ownership. I'm from the United States, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous. What more do I need to really say, man? I mean, Cole Palmer steps up to take the penalty today. I'm thinking, shit, Cole Palmer is usually money from the from 12 yards out. People are saying it was a good penalty, but Matt Sells made a great save. That was a horrible penalty. Horrific. From a guy that is considered England's golden boy? Oh, no. He's playing himself out of that England squad entirely right now. And any fans from the UK that are watching, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong. Because he's playing his way straight out of that England team. Thomas Tuchel up there in the stands believes in Cole Palmer. But do any Chelsea fans right now really believe in anything that this man is doing right now? Like I said, I'm not going to go too harsh on these players because the players' mentality is in the bin. A fish rots from the head down, bro. And this ownership is absolutely taking the piss on this fan base and taking a piss on this sport, bro. They really, really are. Like, it's absolutely diabolical what is going on right now. 6 consecutive losses in the league. You score 1 goal. Finally, you score a goal, right? And you conceded 14. The goal difference is, and I'm terrified to look at this league table right now. I don't even really want to do it. But in terms of my stream, in terms of content, we're going to take a look at the Premier League table and see how far this team has really fucking fell, bro. Like I said, I'm going to show you why this channel is called No Filter Chelsea in a second, bro, because this is ridiculous, man. At one point in the commentary in the first half, I heard this team has had 80 shots total and not scored a goal. Chelsea, as of right now, are still sitting 9th in the Premier League. That's going to change. That's going to change. And we go to Liverpool next weekend on Saturday in the early kickoff. No, Liverpool are going to wipe the floor with us. And I'm going to go out on a limb and give you my prediction now for that game. Chelsea are losing 5-0 in that game. They ain't scoring a goal. They're going to get absolutely torn apart like they did today. And it's going to continue, and the free fall is going to continue. They're going to have a negative goal difference by the end of the season. Fulham, Everton, Sunderland, Newcastle, and in my opinion now, Leeds are all going to jump us. We're not winning a game the rest of the season. And at this point, it's not even about getting results anymore. It's about getting this ownership out, bro. It really is about getting this ownership out. Like, let me know, bro. Like, am I overreacting? I don't think I'm overreacting. I think I'm being completely fair about what the fuck is going on. And I don't care if I'm American, if I'm British, if I'm from Pakistan or wherever, bro. I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I am absolutely fucking distraught at how this club is being torn up from the head down. From the head down, bro. It's absolutely despicable. But give credit to Forest today, right? Let's give some credit to Nottingham Forest today. They're still in a relegation battle. They even played their best 11. And I heard in the pregame Tim Howard saying, I don't see how Forest can even get a result today. My man, you're an analyst on TV, and you're saying that Chelsea had a chance to win this game today. I said 3-1 Chelsea because at some point, something's got to turn around. But I'm thinking, I'm even telling my girl this shit. And she's asking, like, why is he saying stuff like that? Because when backup players come into the game, they have a point to prove. They want to show that they're actually good enough to be out there on the pitch. Boy, did they show that they were better than every single Chelsea player out there today. Malo Gusto, in my opinion, bro, you intentionally pulled his shirt back because you're trying to get this ownership out. Big up to you, bro, but you're a disgrace of a footballer right now, bro. You're a disgrace. Romeo Lavia, a guy that I sat there and said, if you have a good midfield of Caicedo, Lavia, and Enzo, it's a balanced midfield. There were too many times in the first half where he had space to turn into. What does he do? Passes it back. We're back past FC. That's where we are. We're back past FC. We're shit FC at this point. And Tottenham are going to come to the bridge in a couple weeks and beat us. And Tottenham never come to Stamford Bridge and win. But you would favor Tottenham right now to come to the bridge and beat us. We go to Anfield next week. We're not scoring a goal. We're not going to cross the halfway line. We're not. It's just horrific. And people really think that we'll beat Man City in the FA Cup final? You're fucking dreaming. You're fucking dreaming. People say that Americans don't have passion about this sport. What the fuck are you guys smoking? This team is my life, bro. This team is in my blood. Been a fan of this team for 20 fucking years. I've never seen this team play as bad as they're playing. be as mentally shot as they are. And you still got people in the fan base saying it's going to be okay. What are you guys on? Do you guys not see the message here? Simple message. Blue Co out. Get the fuck out the club, bro. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. 6 consecutive losses in the Premier League. When has that ever happened to Chelsea, bro? When? We finished 12th in 22-23. This is worse. This is worse. We haven't picked up points in the Premier League since Aston Villa away. And they lost to Spurs yesterday. Aston Villa will still get a Champions League spot. But just I don't know what to really say. I need to pivot away from the players because the players at this point are just shot mentally. You see Reece James on the bench smiling down 3-0. You get a Chelsea legend on the bench. Why the fuck are you smiling down 3-0 for, bro? You bring in Levi Colwill, a guy that hasn't played a game since the Club World Cup. What the fuck did you expect him to do out there? Like, what did you expect him to do? This team is in the mud. This club, Blue Co and Clear Lake, have put themselves in such a bad position that how do you get into the summertime without having this club up for sale at this point? How? Just how? It's ridiculous, man. So let's go ahead and pull over to some quotes from after the game, man. I mean, I want to pivot away from these players because I don't want to get on these players too much because is it really their fault? You can criticize performances, you can criticize the mentality on the pitch, but it's just gone. It's just gone, guys. Right? You know, Jamie Carragher, a guy that a lot of Chelsea fans don't agree with. Chelsea is a broken football club. It all comes from the top. It's shocking, and it comes from the top. There's 5 or 6 top players on the pitch today, and they've been beaten by Nottingham Forest's B team. Less than 12 months ago, they took PSG to the cleaners. There's no connection between the players and the staff, the players and the fans. The fans are getting tired of the performances, but moreover, they're just tired of the fucking ownership, bro. Right? Like, this is how we're all feeling. We're just numb to it. We're numb. 28 points to Arsenal, 12 points from the relegation zone. Shocking. We're 12 points above the relegation zone. Like a lot of people have been saying, like I've been saying for the longest time, the only reason why this club is not in a relegation battle is because they had a good start to the season. Once Enzo Maresca got sacked or he parted ways, whatever you want to call it, bro, whatever you guys want to call it, this team has been on the downward spiral. We have not seen this team since the 1-1 draw against Arsenal. And really the 3-0 win against Barcelona. This team has been missing ever since. Delete club. Yeah, that's from Ultimate Team. Delete it. Once upon a time at Chelsea. Never stop reposting. And I'm on stream letting you guys know. On this side of the pond, these guys do not deserve to be running a football club. As an American telling you this shit, and we get criticized for not knowing the fucking sport, these guys do not belong in the fucking sport. Private equity does not belong in football. Keep your shit out here in the States. Keep making your money out here in the States. Don't go to England. Don't go to Europe and go ruin institutions. For what? For fucking greed. But instead of that, you guys are losing money. You guys are lost faith in the fan base a couple seasons ago. Winstanley, Stewart, Egbali, Viz, Feliciano, get the fuck out of the club, bro. I'm over here smacking my TV remote because I'm fed up with this shit, dude. I'm absolutely fed up with this shit. And I know a lot of Chelsea fans are too. I know a lot of you guys are. Like, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Like, I know I got to keep my cool. I got high blood pressure and shit. Yeah, cool, bro. But at the end of the day, this club is my life, dude. This club is everything to me. I look forward to games. I look forward to watching these boys play. But how can we sit here and really be enthused about watching a Chelsea game anymore? I've never said that. Like Goonie says here, if the issue is still the manager for you, then you're part of the problem at this point. The issue was never the managers. The issue is the ownership. This is why I said, why did you sack Enzo Maresca? Why did you do it? Because he spoke out about the ineptitude at the fucking club, bro. Pochettino did the same shit. Thomas Tuchel wasn't going to have it. You think this next manager is going to sit here and want to deal with this shit? No serious manager is going to come to this club right now and deal with what is going on. Just not. Chelsea have lost 6 games in a row in the Premier League. 1 goal scored, 14 conceded. Look at these score lines, bro. 1-0 to Newcastle, 3-0 to Everton, 3-0 to Man City, 1-0 to Man United, 3-0 away to Brighton, and 3-1 to Forest, a team that's fighting relegation, bro. And now they're effectively safe. And, like, this is probably, outside of the Jesse Derry injury, this is probably one of the saddest pictures of the day. João Pedro apologizes to the fans that stayed until the end. João Pedro has 15 league goals and no penalties. The guy's having a great season on his own. Unless something drastically changes at Chelsea, we will be in a relegation battle next season. I've been saying this shit, bro. Chelsea Dodgers, I've been saying this shit, man. And people that have been watching, I've been saying this shit. Relegation will be a real thing next season. The next person I see saying that Romeo Lavia is better than Andre Santos is getting blocked. I'm not saying that he's better. I'm saying that he just brings a better balance in midfield. But today, he showed why Andre Santos should have probably been out there in this game, honestly. But I don't even think he would have done any better. What a disgrace. It is an insult to every Chelsea fan around the world. A Tottenham coach should not be having a chat with a member of our recruitment team in a game that Tottenham aren't even involved in. They don't get it. You're bringing in Roberto De Zerbi, a guy that comes to the bridge in a couple weeks trying to save Tottenham's season, and you bring him into, where did they say they were? They were bringing them into the suites, bro. Why? Why are you doing that? For what? Because they're trying to intentionally sabotage this fucking football club, bro. That's what they're doing. It's intentional. And let's take a listen to this. You're not wanted here, bro. You're not wanted here, bro. Fuck off that ball. You're just not wanted here, bro. Get the fuck out. This is another one I want to talk about. Today, the credit has run out for Cole Palmer. What he did before cannot save him. He really might be a one-season wonder. Feels very similar to how Mount began and fell off at Chelsea. It's happening again. We may have to have a conversation about this. We may have to have a conversation about Cole Palmer, an uncomfortable conversation, especially for me, because he's my favorite player on the team, bro. And we may have to have an uncomfortable conversation about what the hell is going on with him. The penalty he took today was horrific. His general play was horrible. He didn't look interested. He's shot mentally. Injuries are probably bugging him. The team around him is dog shit. What more do you need to say? What more do you need to say? Like, I'm not going to go into the Real Madrid stuff I saw. This thing, the damage Maresca has done to Cole Palmer is unforgivable. He's beyond washed. I mean, he's just mentally shot, bro. And we can't keep blaming Enzo Maresca, bro. For what? What are we blaming him for at this point? He isn't even here anymore. What are we blaming him for? If anything, we should be appreciating what he did. He did bits with this squad. He's the only guy that actually got them playing. But there's still people in the fan base that want to blame Enzo Maresca for why we are where we are. We would not be sitting where we are if we still had him here. We would not. And you guys are delusional if you think that's the case. Delusional. But I don't want to fight with Chelsea fans. We should be united in this, that the bigger issue isn't the managers. If you guys think the managers are the fucking problem at this club, you guys are so far gone that you guys are enabling the Blue Co behavior at this point. You guys are. You guys absolutely are. And you guys need to wake the fuck up and smell the fucking coffee. Nino, a lot of you guys, I want to sit here and blame Enzo Maresca. What did he do? Got us our best finish under this pitiful ownership. Won us silverware when nobody thought that we could get Champions League or silverware, bro. Nobody thought that we could beat PSG, and we did it, right? He had us in a Champions League spot when he departed. Since then, we have absolutely fallen off a cliff, and we're sinking to the depths of hell at this point. Like we said, bro, Enzo Maresca was the best manager that has come through here. Conference League final, who turned up when we needed him? Club, bro. At this point, Colin, we can't keep going back to the past, and we need to look at this season specifically, bro. Like, we really do. He's having a poor season, yeah. But what patience are we going to have with Cole Palmer at this point, bro? Honestly, like, what patience are we going to have? For, like, be patient for what? Good players, great players can pull a performance out of nowhere. He hasn't done anywhere near that. Enzo Fernandez was shit today. He was unfortunate not to score. It hit the post, but he was shit today. Caicedo was shit today. Jesse Derry was the best player on the pitch in the Chelsea shirt today, and unfortunately, he got injured. Tosin was shit. Gusto, horrific. Cucurella, horrible. Lavia, horrible. Liam Delap when he came on, horrific. As usual. What more do you need to say? You're not going to say anything about Levi Colwell because it's his first game back in close to a year. Anybody that criticizes him is just too far gone. Chelsea fans, which players are we selling? Malo Gusto, Fofana, Liam Delap. At this point, Romeo Lavia. Who else are we selling? Tosin. You can even throw Trevor Chalobah in there if you want to. Marc Cucurella can be gone. What more do I need to say? Which players need to leave? Essentially everybody. That includes Enzo Fernandez at this point. And I'm an Enzo Fernandez defender because I think he's actually been good this season. But at this point, you can pack your shit and leave too, bro. João Pedro should just go to Barcelona. He's too good for Chelsea. He is. Barcelona should be calling up right now. Hey, how much do you want for João Pedro? Which economic level can we pull in order to pull it off? Because he doesn't deserve to be around this, man. He really doesn't. Abusing all you want, but Maresca bred the situation and left it before he could blow up on his face. The owners need to make a decision today and get rid of these directors that keep appointing these managers. The abuse that you're getting, bro, is like I said, Nino, you make good content on your videos, bro, but you've completely lost the plot on Enzo Maresca, dude. You really, really have. Has anybody ever heard Stamford Bridge get this toxic? And what does this say right here? Chelsea fans regret sacking Enzo Maresca amid manager hunt. Yeah, a lot of you fans are starting to fucking regret that now, right? A lot of you fans want to sit here and keep blaming that man for what? His style of play, his poor substitution patterns. That's it. That's it. That's all you guys can really say, right? He left before he can blow up in his face because he knew he wasn't going to get what he wanted. That's just the reality, guys. João Pedro, after scoring his 15th goal this season without penalties, everyone needs to have a look at themselves, me included. I feel sorry for the fans. The only ones worth keeping is Caicedo and Esteval. Can I play music? Yeah, I'll turn my music up a little bit, bro. I got some lo-fi music in the background. I appreciate you guys chiming in and shit, bro. The only one worth keeping is Caicedo and Esteval. At this point, bro, I mean, I would throw Enzo in there only because I do think he's been good this season, and João Pedro. But outside of that, bro, everybody else can just get out. That includes Cole Palmer. And that's my favorite player on the team, bro, honestly. And I will criticize the guy because I expect better from him. What's going on, bro? Are you a fan of FIFA Mobile? No, not really. I used to play that actually when I was like, it's been years though, but I played on the PS5. But even then, like EAFC, bro, is in the bin, just like this club. Let me go ahead and highlight this one real quick. The only ones worth keeping are Caicedo and Esteval. I mean, yeah, man. At this point, it does seem like that. Justin, another Chelsea fan protest is planned and is set to be announced soon. Yeah. Let us know when that is, because I want the UK fans to understand this, is that I've been on record on these streams saying that if something needs to be done on the other side of the pond when it comes to this team, let me know. I can look for content creators that are Chelsea fans and we can organize something like this, bro, because it is ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. Right? It really, really is. 55th minute at home, empty seats everywhere. Season is 100% over in the league. Every Chelsea fan needs to boycott the remaining games. Do not give your money to Blueco. I'm going to advise a lot of the season ticket holders here. Don't go to these games. Chelsea fans therapy session. Let it all out. This is a safe place. I have a stream going up, bro. So if you want to chime in and get your thoughts in, you absolutely could, bro. Because I feel like somebody like him chiming in here would actually help out a lot with how I'm feeling about this. João Pedro, I don't think it's about the coach. It's on the players to step up. It's difficult to say something because you really can't speak on what's really going on, bro. Because you're in the dressing room and you know the feelings of the players, bro. These players know that the issue isn't the manager and the issue really isn't with them, even though their performances have to be better. The ownership has to go, dude. Tonight. Somebody, Aries management, come in and save this club, dude. Come in and save this club. You have to.
Don't go to the World Cup in the summer. He simply shouldn't be on the plane on the basis of that performance. Jude Bellingham should be ahead of him. Ebere Eze should be ahead of him. Morgan Rogers should be ahead of him when Thomas Tuchel is watching on and looking for his number 10 to play at the World Cup this summer. The Chelsea fans, I don't know if you just heard to my right-hand side, are chanting that this is a championship-level team, this Chelsea team. They were booed off once again, but Palmer, the main man, he's supposed to be the main man in this Chelsea side. He just hasn't looked the same this season. And
wearing that, him switching from number 20 to number 10 was probably the worst thing he could have done. Do you understand the weight that jersey has on you?
Penalties have kind of masked what's been a pretty horrible season for the Blues number 10. Every time he's kind of been through a rough patch of form, he's managed to get a couple of goals, mostly from the penalty spot. I think it's 5 from the penalty spot this season. Today, he couldn't even get one of those. He stepped up. It wasn't a terrible penalty, but it wasn't in the corner.
It was a horrible penalty, bro. If he's in form, he's probably adding a bit more power on that, and he's a lot more accurate, honestly.
A fairly easy save for Matt Sells, and it brought a massive cheer from the Forest fans, who now look like they're going to be safe from relegation this season. And Chelsea did at least finally get a goal right at the end through João Pedro, although most of the fans have left. Chelsea at the moment are the worst team in the Premier League. Since Thomas Frank was sacked, even Spurs have now got more points than Chelsea. It seems ridiculous to say that after the season that Spurs have had, but since February the 11th, Chelsea are the worst team in the Premier League. That is a fact. That is.
Ironically, that's my girl's birthday. Since that point, they've been absolutely dreadful.
Proven by the stats. It's really, really sour here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea were booed off at half-time and again at full-time, and they will have to improve massively if they want any chance of playing in the Champions League next season.
Bro, the Champions League is dead. What do you mean? The Champions League is dead, bro. This team is not getting anywhere near that top 6. They're going to keep falling. They're going to free fall, bro. The kinetic bounce didn't last long, did it? Results don't matter now. Irrespective of what happens, a line must be drawn. It's Blue Co out till they're gone. Aries management will have to step in and get it done. They will. They need to. Because Blue Co owes them money, bro. Aries management at some point is going to step in and say, no, enough is enough. We're losing too much fucking money off you guys. You guys need to sell up and get the fuck out now. And that's exactly what needs to happen. Callum McFarland, we believe we will stop the rot. We see the lads every day, and they're doing everything they can. We need to move on quickly. It's about responding now. No, bro, it's not about responding anymore. It's about getting this ownership out. But you can't say that, right? But us as fans can. This man right here, and respectfully, don't really care if I get in trouble for this. Go fuck yourself, bro. Go fuck yourself. How much would you sell Cole Palmer for this summer? Honestly, the way he's playing, give us like 60, 70 million and he's yours, bro. Like, that's how bad he's been. Nottingham Forest clearly made it a plan to target our left side where all 3 goals came from. Why? Because there's a man who somehow made it as a professional footballer with no ability. Technically, physically, nothing. The best left back in the world, Marc Cucurella. He's having a bad season, bro. Everyone needs to have a look at themselves, included. I feel sorry for the fans. Tomorrow, we need to see what we can improve. Zhao, I love you, bro, but you know that the issue isn't that, man. The issue is up top, but you can't say that because you're under contract too. Would be the most Chelsea thing ever to still win the FA Cup after this. I mean, we're going to lose 6-0 to Man City, bro. We're not winning that. Is this AI? It looks like AI, but if he was there, he's probably just laughing. You won't see Enzo Fernandez in such a situation. Enzo Fernandez can't be seen laughing out loud when Chelsea are down 3-0, but every small thing they would try to drag Enzo Fernandez. I mean, we saw Reece James smiling and laughing down 3-0. Is there any criticism towards him? No, because he's one of our own, right? He's the club captain. But Enzo Fernandez, if he shows any kind of inkling of that, he's going to get absolutely torn up for it. He should go to Real Madrid. He should push for the move this summer. Don't try to get a new contract at this club, bro. You need to get the fuck out of the club, honestly, and save your career. This is the picture that I'm talking about. Down 3-0. This man right here is seen smiling. I don't know, man. Chelsea are now joint bottom of the Premier League form table over the last 10 games. Both Chelsea and Burnley have taken 5 points and just won once. During this period, Chelsea are the joint lower scorers, 9, with Wolves and Fulham and Burnley only Burnley 22 have conceded more than Chelsea's 20. The lowest we have felt in decades as a football club, but our captain is smiling and happy in the dugout. That's not a good look, Reece. And you just signed an extension at this club. Are you happy about the pay raise or what, bro? Like, are you happy about that? sacking manager after manager, but now there's no managers left to sack. So who do you sack now? Themselves? I suggest they rip it up, their entire playbook, get off the boredom and try again. Either that or sell up and get out of my club. They need to just sell the club, bro. Rip it up and try again. They always say that we're in a rebuilding year every single season. This was supposed to be the season that they push on.
Oh, sorry. Let me refresh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. We're 3-0 down. I just refreshed.
I think the 3-0 scoreline is just something that we're going to have to get used to as a fan base, bro. It's crazy, man.
What the fuck? Oh, my God. Look at that pass split through like 3 men.
Oh, he's offside. Fuck. He's offside.
Was he drinking a beer? Shit.
He's offside, surely. Or am I blind?
Shit, bro. I mean, listen, Matisse.
Swear.
It's like 3 o'clock out there where you are, or 4 o'clock at that time. It was what, 8 something in the morning at the time when I was watching the game. What was stopping me from cracking open a fucking beer, bro? Like, honestly, like, it's crazy, man. Yeah, we saw this. This is gruesome, bro. Oh my God, man. It's like, he wasn't moving, dude. Like, we'll take a look at this one more time because it is a gruesome head injury, man. It's crazy. Rossini is gone, so what's the excuse for these players now? They've been gone, bro. Rossini's been gone, but they were gone even before that. This is despicable. Some Manchester United fans chants yesterday, Jota's gone, but that's crazy, dude. That's crazy, bro. I don't like that. Malo Gusto, by the way, what a disgrace. Another player who looks checked out, probably because he knows that there's possible interest elsewhere. I mean, yeah, but your value's going down significantly, bro. You're going to be playing in League Deux, to be honest with you, the way you're playing. Maresca is literally the kiss of death. Any club he touches, he destroys the mentality of the players and disappears. The club starts going downhill from there, all the clubs. I don't know about that, bro. You can say that. I mean, freaking Leicester City is different because he got them promoted, but then you hear a lot of the fans say that he wasn't great for the players and all that stuff. I mean, it's whatever, bro. At the end of the day, he was the only guy that got these players to actually play. Honestly. Just deep this ownership spent 1.5 billion pounds and they've only got Champions League football once in 4 seasons. Everyone at board level got pay rises. Pay rises for what, bro? It's ridiculous. Yeah, Thomas Tuchel, Roberto Martinez, Roberto De Zerbi, the Tottenham manager, was there today. Thiago Silva, all at Stamford Bridge today. 2 of these 4 people were Thiago Silva there looking like he just cannot believe how far this club has gone downhill, bro. Levi Colwill is the last Chelsea player on the pitch today. The first appearance to see one of the only positives from yet another league loss. Weren't people like this cheerleading every step of the way? I'm sorry, but we aren't hearing it, mate. Yeah, Alex Goldberg, you were defending Blue Co at one point, bro. And another guy that people are going after. Nini, Blue Lines TV. Where you at, bro? Where you at, bro? How much more are you going to be defending this shit? Use your platform to actually speak on how you really feel, bro. Enough of these. Oh, I got deals with the club. That's why you're keeping your mouth shut about what's really going on. And I don't like going after you, bro, because I do enjoy your content. I do enjoy watching you. You're one of the first Chelsea YouTubers I started watching. I expect better from you, dude. Doing all these stories about possible players coming in and out. With what money? Explain that to me, sir. With what money? And bro, you can come at me all you want. You can come at me all you want, bro. I don't really give a fuck. Because I've watched your content for years, and this season you have enabled the blue co behavior. Defending this ownership for what? For what? You're a lifelong Chelsea fan, as you've said. You enjoy seeing this shit, bro? You enjoy seeing how bad it's gotten? I haven't watched your video yet, and I will probably after this stream. But at the same time, use your platform, bro. Why is Eunice doing that and using his platform to get the message out? Why is Matisse doing that? Because they actually understand what's going on. I don't think you actually have a clue of what's going on right now. And you guys can send this video to him, clip this shit. I don't give a fuck, man. You got over 220,000 subs on your YouTube, and you're over here defending the ownership. For what? How much are they paying you to say this shit, bro? I don't need to hear, oh, it's another American thinking he knows what he's talking about. Nah, bro. I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And you have a bigger platform than me. Use it. Tell us how you really feel about the ownership. If you lose your deals with the club, so be it, bro. Stop thinking of your personal greed at this point and do what's best for the fan base and for the club and use your fucking platform, bro. Otherwise, stop speaking on the club. Realistically, that's all I'm going to say on that because I don't want to go after him too much. I really don't. Pep Guardiola was happy to allow Cole Palmer to leave Man City, but not Nico O'Reilly. Club sources have stressed that accountability across the organization is embedded through annual reviews and could draw in anyone at any level should poor performances be identified. More drastic changes are not being discussed mid-season. Everything is under threat, including attracting a high-profile manager. Bro, after a result like this, why would Xabi Alonso come? Why would Cesc Fabregas come, who came out and basically rejected the idea of coming to Chelsea, bro? What serious manager is going to come through here, man? Who? None, because this club isn't serious anymore. Crazy to think that we have most likely have Penders, Quenda, Omega, and Barco coming in who will have been told they will be part of the squad next season. All young players who may or may not make an impact. A minimum 10 players are going to have to be shipped. Chaos again. So you're going to see big players leave in the summer, bro. And this team is going to be mid-table fighting relegation next season. Levi, Reese, Hato, Josh, Cuckoo, Caicedo, Enzo, Palmer, and João Pedro can stay. The rest can fuck off. You need to throw Esteval in there as well, bro. But the rest of the players can fuck off. I agree with that. Cucurella is very divisive right now. I can see why people don't want him. So he can pack his shit and leave too. Cole Palmer and João Pedro haven't exchanged one pass all game, but you want me to believe Nico Jackson is a miss? Nicholas Jackson is severely missed in this squad, bro. And we allowed a couple red cards and a few bad performances towards the end of the season signify his time away. to allow him to go on loan to Bayern Munich, where he hasn't even really played a lot this season. It's crazy. Chelsea fans walked out of the stadium while making offensive gestures, and the stands grew even emptier. This is what Chelsea under Clear Lake has become to a club that was bought as English Champions League winners. This team bought the club, or this ownership bought the club as European champions, as FIFA Club World Cup champions, bro. And they've done nothing but run this team into the ground. I mean, look at this, man. Filing out like a pile of roaches, dude, because they're over it. Oh, I didn't even see this. I didn't see the third goal. Oh, man, that's a fantastic goal, bro. That's incredible. I didn't see the third goal because I was taking my cousin to the airport, but that's spectacular, João Pedro, honestly. People are talking about what's the goal of the season? There it is. There it is. Anybody who goes to the games from here on in is my enemy. You are an enabler. Take a stand, protest properly. No people in seats hurts them. Stakeholders, do your job. Investors got to pull out. Aries management has to step in because these owners aren't going to sell even though they can sell. They aren't. Now, why did Chelsea miss out on Champions League football? The reality of yet another season without Champions League football was written all over the players' faces. UEFA are monitoring all the time under the settlement agreement, so Chelsea will have to bat smartly if they lose yet more revenue. Bro, they're in a world of trouble, man. Who are we speaking on here? I'm going to say this, man. João Pedro does not deserve this, dude. It's sad. He's a smooth operator, man. I mean, through all the chaos, he still proves showing his levels. And he doesn't deserve to be subjected to this shit. Worst thing about this is all the players know the club is being ran poorly. None of them will be looking at themselves. These Chelsea players will all blame the owners and directors, a built-in excuse to fall back on. And that means the mentality and culture is destroyed. Yeah. Yeah. It's getting toxic, man. Trevor Chalobah has blocked this guy. A useless guy finally blocked something. Man. Like, man. It's It's dark days to be a Chelsea fan right now, man. And I thought this was over with in 22-23, but man, was I wrong on that. Man, was I wrong. Yeah, and here's the thing about Cesc Fabregas. Cesc Fabregas effectively rules himself out. I take all the footballing decisions. The sporting director, he's day to day with me. We see football the same way. I'm so happy and lucky that we have a president that trusts me a lot and giving me the confidence to go and take all the footballing decisions. That's for me. It's really important. The Premier League is the best league in the world. I've always been very, very, very clear about it. I felt as a player, I feel it as a coach and as a fan. But Mourinho told me one day that when I was at Chelsea, I still have 30 years to work. So I could be at Como for 10 years and you can still go to the Premier League in 12 to 15 years. I want to do it my way. Of course, you don't need to adapt depending on the group of players that you have. But at the end of the day, you have some beliefs. I couldn't coach long ball, second ball. Why? Because you need to believe in what you do. This quote right here, or it's really this right here, right? It's this first part right here. I take all the football decisions. The sporting director, he's day to day with me. That's exactly what this ownership is not going to allow this next coach to do. This is why Aries management needs to step in now and get these guys out and force them out. Let them be in debt. Stop dragging this club into the ground. I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's crazy.
Winning game at home since the 31st of January, and Chelsea have just registered their first Premier League goal in 2 months today. Chelsea lose 3-0 to Nottingham Forest, a side revitalised under Vitor Pereira and in the hunt for Champions League football through the Europa League. And you could tell the difference, despite the fact it was their second string team. Chelsea completely abject, completely falling apart, and quite frankly, just not good enough. Cucurella right now walking out to the fans, giving a shirt, trying to say something, and the same goes to other players who are currently just stood on the pitch and don't know what to think. I'm looking at Cole Palmer, Caicedo, Enzo, Gusto, who was at fault for a ridiculous decision with one of the goals, and Andre Santos, of course, wandering around with the fans clapping. This is just the standard now. This is what to expect. This is what Blue Kai have done. This is the beginning of a very, very, very bad stint for Chelsea. This isn't something which is a flash in the pan. This isn't form. This isn't that different to what Spurs went through over the past couple of years. And a massive change is needed to Chelsea actually get anywhere where they should be after spending £1.8 billion. An absolute disaster for Chelsea today. They get side near the bottom of the table and in their chase for Champions League football. Chelsea haven't won a game.
He's right. And I just said this right now. We are going to be going through the darkest period in this club's history for the remainder of the season and going in the next season. Like, can the World Cup just please hurry up and get here so we can just forget about Chelsea in the Premier League? Can we? Because I can care less who wins the league now. If Arsenal win the league, Arsenal win the league. If Spurs don't get relegated, Spurs don't get relegated, bro. It's whatever. It's horrific, man. It's really, really bad. Get off my Instagram. I'm getting dangerously close to praying that Chelsea don't win the FA Cup. These owners and directors don't deserve to cover up their mistakes with the trophy. We've been blessed as fans to see much silverware, but this season needs to be shit. Clear Lake and Blue Co must feel it. Give me a second, guys. They absolutely do. They really need to feel how bad it is, man. I mean, Levi Colwell comes back after almost a year, and like this is what he's having to be subjected to, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at this right here. You got rival fans saying the same thing about Enzo Maresca. We're so lucky that Chelsea are operated so terribly. If they kept Maresca, they would be in the top 5 spots or very close. They would be in a Champions League spot, bro. So I'm gonna just check temperatures of these people, man. Chelsea fans said this is the worst manager on earth. I didn't say that. I've been defending Enzo Maresca since he honestly got to the club because you need to give a manager a chance to build something, bro. And that's what he was doing. However, people felt about him personally, I think needs to be put to the side. It really does. Yeah, and you got see many Chelsea fans really against Iraola at Bournemouth. I have a question, if I may. Why did so many of you back Enzo Maresca, who came from Leicester in the Championship? See, I'm not against Iraola coming to the club because if I'm being real, we would be playing better football if he was the manager, for one. And two, why did we back Enzo Maresca? Nobody knew who he was when he came to the club, but he proved his worth in his first season at the club and did what he was asked to do. All he wanted was a few players to come into the squad, bro, to improve it a bit more, because Chelsea winning the Club World Cup, you're supposed to attract players, and players wanted to come to the club and play with Palmer and Enzo and Caicedo and Esteval, right? And Reece James and all of them. But you sack him mid-season because he's speaking out. Yeah, he had a bad run of form during the Christmas period, but Chelsea generally play bad during that period. At least, what is it now, 2026? For the better part of 7 years now, Chelsea have been playing horrendous in that month. That was under Roman Abramovich too. Like, it's a fact. Go look at the records during that time. Go look at the score lines during that time. Look at the run of form during that time. Chelsea fall off in the month of December, and then they got to make a crazy run to get into Europe. That's what's been happening. It's been happening. So I'm not going to blame Enzo Maresca for the bad run of form in December, because it's been happening for 7 years. It's been happening. But nobody wants to talk about that. Every team presses. It's a standalone ideology and does not get related to any structure or principle. A relationist press, a positional press, but the difference is how they press. That's why there's high press, counter pressing, the gegenpressing, which is what Jurgen Klopp specializes in, and pressing trigger, mid to low block, right? Nicholas Jackson was the leader of the high press when he was there. You don't see João Pedro doing that, but João Pedro's having an exceptional season, bro. Honestly. I have an early season prediction for Chelsea next season. They will be fighting near relegation. Tottenham and Manchester United were down there. for the way their clubs are ran poorly. Our time is coming. It's going to be next season. I've been saying this, bro. JNR, I've been saying this. I don't agree with your Enzo Fernandez takes, but I've been saying this, bro. I really have. They're going to be fighting relegation next season unless these owners sell up and Aries management comes in and forces them out. When is that next protest, man? Chelsea are relying on owner funding and loans to subsidize the club, which has long-term implications. Inside Chelsea, they say the debt is part of a highly structured investment approach common to at Elite Sport. And there is a long-term plan for stability. Bro, this isn't Major League Baseball. This isn't the NBA, and this is not the NFL. This is football, bro. It's ran differently. Annual reviews, like a bunch of corporate stooges that they are. They know nothing else. Roman had everyone on speed dial. Anyone fucks up, the helicopter flies in, job done. These lot are a bunch of wafflers struggling to find where to buy more time now. Their end is approaching. Yeah. Like I said, I've said this months ago. In the summertime, my theory is that they're gonna basically be forced out and they're gonna have to sell. Billionaires always have an exit strategy. Once they see investors have cold feet, which they do, and they owe money to Aries management, yeah. In the summertime, you're going to probably see something major happen with this club. Whether it's players are going to be sold or this ownership is going to be forced to leave. And that's what's going to happen, man. They're going to be forced to leave. And just good riddance. Get the fuck out, man. See, more PR. Chelsea are looking at some experienced players in the squad at the end of the season, but more drastic changes are not being discussed openly with mid-campaign decisions to be avoided, especially with the FA. No, see, they're putting this out there because of the result. Eghbali himself said that he checks Twitter to see how fans are feeling. He knows how the fan base is feeling. It's over. We're not gonna blame Anthony Taylor, bro. People need to stop blaming the ref. Stop it. Anthony Taylor did nothing wrong in this game today. Nothing. Chelsea were poor. They were horrific. Forrest came out from the opening kickoff and ripped us a new asshole, bro. This is without Morgan Gibbs White. This is without Elliot Anderson in the squad, bro. Or in the starting 11. And they did that to us. Igor Jesus, congratulations on your newborn kid, by the way. I'm expecting my first kid at the end of November, bro. He played well today. And Wani, I think the guy who scored the first goal, exceptional today. A lot of their players, Forest midfield today, exceptional. We got to give credit to Forest, bro. They're playing with a purpose. They have a European trophy that they're trying to fight for. They win that, they'll be in the Champions League. How can Nottingham Forest, the team that's fighting relegation, win a European trophy like Spurs did last season and get into the Champions League? And our only shot at Europe is to win the FA Cup, which we're not winning. This team is done. Aries management or Chelsea's FC's only hope. Blueco have destroyed this club on every level and can't even change the model if they wanted to. There's no money left. Foreclosure on their loan and take control of the club now. Yeah. Do it now. And I heard something from Eunice a few days ago saying is it possible that Todd Bowley got foreclosed? It's a real possibility. It's a real possibility, man. Jesse Derry has been taken to the hospital as a precaution following his first half substitution during today's game against Forest. Jesse is conscious, talking, and undergoing precautionary checks. We wish him a speedy recovery. Thanks to the medical staff for his swift response. And they got out there immediately. And hopefully he can come back and he'll be good, because that was a nasty head collision, bro. And he wasn't moving. And the game stopped for about 10 minutes. It was very scary to see that, man. And hopefully he'll get better. Hopefully he'll be fine. But again, when an academy kid is your best player on the pitch today, it shows the levels, man. Alex Goldberg, bro. I'm glad I found this post. Let's have a chat about you, man. Let's have a chat about you, bro. You're the same guy that was, in a way, backing Blue Co earlier on in the season. Why are you changing up now? Keep that same energy, man. I'm American, man. We should do a collaboration, honestly, so I can tell you how brain dead you are right now. You're trying to join up on the trend. Keep that same energy, bro. I'm not saying that you're not a Chelsea fan. All I'm saying is keep that same energy, bro. Don't start saying Blue Co and Clear Lake out now. Keep the same energy, bro. I choose you, Magikarp. Yeah, bro. Which evolves into Gyarados. Let's take a look at this. I praise our sporting directors, but I'd get pitchforks thrown at me. You will. Because why would you praise Winstanley and Stewart? If only our spending was at the same level as we are selling. And Cecil for $13.8 million to our sister club is brilliant business. Enough said. The end of this transfer window. So much for an 8 out of 10 transfer window. I always said 7 out of 10. But if we somehow keep Jackson and get Fermin, then it's definitely at least Fermin Lopez will be suffering, dude. I'm glad we didn't get him. He's gonna win the league title with freaking Barcelona, man. I tried to tell people, and a certain someone specifically on last night's crazy stream, that Chelsea are prepared this summer to actually act differently to how they have in recent windows. Champions League changed things. It's not club PR from me. It's just what I've been credibly told. Mignon and some other names that will back up. And we got none of them. Yeah, he's only here for the good times. I've been a fan of this club, bro, like I said, for over 20 fucking years, man. My dad introduced me to this club. He was a Manchester United fan, right? But he introduced me to the Premier League. The first team I ever saw in the Premier League was Chelsea. I think they were playing Bolton, right? That was the first team I ever saw, and I fell in love with it. Why? Because there were real motherfuckers on that team. There were real men on that team, real leaders on that team. And they played for the badge. The ownership. Yes, Roman Abramovich was hiring and sacking managers, but he always brought in that next guy in to make sure that he was close to silverware and continuously in the Champions League. Roman Abramovich is the greatest owner in this sport for a reason. He wanted to win. These guys don't want to win, man. It's sad, bro. It's really, 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 really sad what's going on. But let me go ahead and go to full cam here real quick, man. It's despicable. Been on here now for about an hour. I hope people are understanding what's really going on at the club right now. What's really the issues. Blaming managers and blaming players, that needs to be put to the side now. This ownership, as it stands, is the worst ownership group in the history of sports. And I'm talking across Major League Baseball, the NBA, the NFL, football, soccer, all this shit. These are the worst owners in the history of the sport. They make the Glazers look good. Like, they make the Glazers look like saints, man. This is how bad it is. Newcastle had Mike Ashley. They're making him look like a saint, bro. Aston Villa had issues with ownership. They're making them look like saints. This is how bad it is. And you still got people in the fan base with big platforms that want to continue to defend this shit. Defend the sporting directors. Defend what? What are you defending at this point? You want to continue to live in this shithole that we're living in. I'm not going to continue to stand by here with the platform that I'm trying to build and allow people to gaslight this fan base. Wake up and smell the fucking coffee, bro. Wake up and smell the fucking roses, bro. Seriously, like, wake up. Wake up. This team is at a severe risk of getting relegated, and then at some point will face administration in the next 4 to 5 years if they don't, if they can't turn it around. But these owners need to get out. Aries management needs to step in and actually do something about it. Inter Milan were going through a similar situation a few seasons ago. Aries management stepped in. Now Inter Milan are stable and they're fine. This is what they need to do with this football club. It is one of the pillars in the Premier League. It is one of the biggest clubs in the world for a reason. But we're playing anything, but we're showing at board level, we're anything but that. On the pitch, we're a championship side at best right now. A relegation, top of the championship side right now. That's how bad it is. And people still want to sit here and say, we need to give this ownership some time. For what? For what, bro? To continue to live in this mediocrity? Get a grip, man. Get a fucking grip of what's going on. The message is still clear. Simple message. Blue Co out. Get the hell out. Now. Sell up. Pack your shit. And go drown in your debt in the States. That's what you need to do. Figure out a way to pay back Aries management, bro. Figure out a way to convince investors in your next project that you're going to make money. Because you're not. This has effectively ruined their reputation and good for it. Because they don't deserve to be making a fucking penny off of us. Off the fans. You're underpaying these players. You want to have a certain wage structure to where players don't even feel confident that we're going to get into Europe. Into the Champions League. It's like I said, like, do you understand how bad it is right now? Right? We are right now. What are we on? 48 points? Bro, we're almost 30 points behind Arsenal. 30 points. We're 28 points back of Arsenal right now. 28. And crazily enough, we're only 11 points above Tottenham, bro. Tottenham win a couple more games, we'll be 5 points above them, bro. Who would have thought that? Like, we're 3 points above 13th. We're 6 points above 15th. Or 5 points above 15th and 6 points above 16th, bro. And people want to say, you know, we will be just fine. No, it's over, bro. It's been over. And people that aren't fans of this club, but they understand the sport, know that this team has been cooked for a while. They're deep frying them. They're a well done a filet mignon, and you don't eat a filet mignon well done. It's ruined. Come on, man. People need to wake the fuck up and smell this shit, dude, because it's getting ridiculous, man. Like, if you look at the home form this season, right? Look at the home form that Chelsea are in, bro. Where are they? 6 wins in the league, 7 losses at home. The only teams that are worse than us at home are West Ham, Wolves, Spurs, who have won 2 league games at home all season, and Burnley. People got to wake up, man. People got to wake up, bro. And then if you go to the away form, Chelsea sit 4th. But even then, we're not good. How does a team that finished fourth in the Premier, we had 9 losses all last season, and I believe we conceded 43 goals in the league last season, which was good enough, I believe, for the 3rd best defensive record in the league. We conceded less goals than Man City. We finished 2 points behind Man City last season. Nine losses all of last season at home. And then if you look at the home form last season, Chelsea had 2 home losses in the Premier League last season. 2 losses, which was tied for joint second in the Premier League. Aston Villa and Liverpool had the best home records in the league last season, man. And then if we take a look at the worst season they've had in the Premier League, the 22-23 season, we finished 12th on 44 points. We're going to have we're now on 13 losses. We're going to lose out the rest of the season and equal 16 losses. It finished with 4 points more, but probably lower down the table. Do you see how concerning this is? It's sad. It's very, very sad what's going on at this club right now, man. But again, there's not much more I can really say about what's going on. The simple message is this, man. Blue Co out, Clear Lake out. Someone needs to be held accountable as soon as the full-time whistle goes against Sunderland. Get the ball rolling. I need club statements to those who have mismanaged over $1 billion and hopefully some early sales. And for those who say I never target specific people in the ownership, I'm just as concerned about what's going on in the next 6 weeks. You can't get relegated with 1 bad summer, but you definitely can with 2. Even with the most heavy Blue Co advocate would realize that they aren't selling before the new season. That is physically impossible, even with sanctioned Chelsea, which took 4 months, man. I mean, I'm still going to hold my prediction, bro, that Aries management over the summer, I think, is going to step in and force these guys to sell. They have to. They owe them money, and investors are going to pull out. Depending how far these guys fall in the Premier League, Aries management will step in the summer. That's my prediction. Just 12 days until the only remaining Chelsea game I watch this season, FA Cup. That's it. Yeah, I'm on that same boat. Okay, so now we got news, guys, on the protest that will be taking place. Following our recent protest along Strasbourg and the impact of Blue Co out, we are now confirming 2 further actions at 2 key games before the end of the season. The FA Cup final versus Man City at Wembley on the 16th. And the next one will be Tuesday, the 19th of May, in the 22nd minute. They're taking action in the stadium. And this is something that needed to happen, that's been needed to happen at the home games. People started to leave the seats early at these games today, and that's great. That's what needed to happen earlier on in the season. But stand up when the clock strikes the 22nd minute, if able. Turn your backs on the pitch for 1 minute and join the chant. We want our Chelsea back. This goes beyond the manager. We have no faith in the current ownership or sporting leadership. We are not interested in words, only action. These protests will continue beyond the season until change is forced. We will be launching a crowdfunding page to support the future action, and I will be donating to that page because they need to get the fuck out, bro. Together, we can get our club back. Up the Chelsea. And it's ironic that it has to be the home game against Tottenham where we're doing this, man. But this right here, guys. Post it, retweet it, do what you got to do, man. And it's happening as I'm doing it, bro. Keep this message out, bro. Share this shit with your friends. Share this shit on social media. Keep the message going, man. My beloved football club, bro, is being absolutely ran into the ground. Yeah. Invited to the Club World Cup after party by the ownership. Yeah, bro, because you're on their payroll. Want to know what was in the biggest message? Boycott the Wembley final. Yeah. But then again, like, none of that money's going to the club per se, right? It would just be going to like the FA, right? So I don't know if that's. I mean, but you can go to the game and just continuously chant, and just it doesn't matter how derogatory it gets, in my opinion. Like it. Today at the bridge is as toxic, and we went through the 22-23 season. This is as toxic as it's ever been. Don't say anything. Just repost. 2 billion 4 years equals no clue. Blue co out. These kids do understand the message. The Untouchables. I agree with this. I really do. As much as I don't want to sell Palmer, it makes more sense to sell him than a player like Enzo. It does. It really does. All the enablers now doing the shock and horror gimmick, yeah. But there is actually, I did want to talk about this. So Real Madrid played a game yesterday against Espanyol, and they stopped Barcelona from winning the title for one more week. El Clasico, I believe, is next weekend. Barcelona have a chance to win La Liga with Real Madrid coming to the Nou Camp. And it's going to be absolute scenes if they get it done there, right? Kylian Mbappe has slowly been distancing himself from his Real Madrid teammates. There are rumors of his attitude not going down well with some of the players and coaching staff. And there's another thing here that I saw yesterday that I was going to talk about on stream about this, because let me see where it's at. Here it is right here. Just in Real Madrid's dressing room has experienced friction. Kylian Mbappe's handling of his injury recovery by going to Italy has not helped. Alvaro has been benched for 4 games due to his poor attitude. Asensio, Ceballos, Carvajal, and the players have all clashed with Arbeloa. Arbeloa gave players time away after the draw versus Real Betis. However, some of the players don't see eye to eye with traveling away, especially when players are recovering from injuries before El Clasico, man. And the one thing I'm going to say about Real Madrid is that their issue right now is the player power, right? Like in a way, I wish that was the issue at Chelsea rather than having to be ownership issues. But Real Madrid have not had a good season. It's Mbappe's second season there. He's having a good individual season, but the team as a whole is suffering because I feel like his style of play and the way that he plays does not suit Real Madrid at all. What team in the world is going to be able to handle somebody like that, right? The egos at that club are outrageous. The entitlement at that club is outrageous, to be honest with you. And when you see Florentino Perez have to tell Arda Güler, an 18-year-old kid, to get out of the dressing room because he doesn't want to have to feel the wrath of how he's feeling, that tells you everything you need to know about what's going on at Real Madrid right now. They drove out Xabi Alonso, in a sense, and now he's no longer there. But the players at that club are the problem right now. This is why the fans are getting on them. He's the problem, or the players are the problem. There's too many egos at that club right now, man. Too many egos. I wish we had that issue right now. And it says here, Kylian Mbappe's behavior in recent days when the team has been given everything to avoid giving Barcelona a guard of honor has created distance between him and in their dressing room. Mbappe had this issue at PSG as well. We all remember the famous interaction between him and Thomas Tuchel where he's not even listening to him. Luis Enrique had to tell him in his final season at PSG, I expect my players to run around the pitch and put in their full effort. Mbappe's not a guy who's going to lead the oppress. He's an individual superstar that is at a club right now that is in crisis, honestly. When your ego gets too big and you're getting paid this much money to be one of the best players in the world, bro, sometimes you need to put your ego to the side for the betterment of the team, man. Thiago Silva, after a defeat like this at Stamford Bridge, someone has to tell the truth. The owners have to blame themselves for where Chelsea is today. You can't keep making poor decisions, changing managers, spending crazy money on players without proper direction and expect things to magically work. Chelsea is a massive club, but right now it feels like there's no clear plan. The fans are suffering, the players are under pressure, and the results show exactly where the club is heading off if nothing changes. You can't put it more better than that, honestly. We do miss you, Roman Abramovich. Love him to death, but he can't be the Chelsea captain next season. I mean, Thiago Silva is distraught, bro. Get out. Not a lot more for me to add. Paul nails it. There was a 1.8 billion pound borrowed from Clear Lake in the Cayman Islands that has already accrued at least 600 million in interest. Blue Coast interest costs alone for the year 2026 will be 400 million. Well, top line group revenue last year was 500. I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. They've effectively ruined themselves. No, Alex, the quality. Feel sorry for Chelsea fans. The team are a bunch of imposters. Turn up when they want, down tools when they fancy. The squad is shit, bro. There's only one player in the Premier League this season with 15 plus goals and no penalties. That is João Pedro. Didn't Nicholas Jackson do the same thing and we ended up sending him out on loan? Just saying. Just saying, man. Mbappe is reportedly not happy about how his teammates and Madrid fans treat him. Sources say that he will talk to Florentino Perez about it and how to create a better environment. Bro, you need to drop your ego. You need to stop being an individual player and actually play with your squad. But then again, he's playing as a striker. He's not a striker. He's a left winger. But Real Madrid already have a left winger. So you're trying to play two players that play in the same position. That's not going to work. It never has. It seems like there's an ongoing struggle between Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. in the Real Madrid dressing room. Most players, especially since Mbappe returned from the last injury and Vinny got back to top form, side with the Brazilian. I mean, at this point, it's like, why? Vinicius Jr. is the guy that's playing for the badge right now. Mbappe's not playing for the badge. He's playing for himself. He's having a good individual season, but Real Madrid are suffering because of it. Cole Palmer next summer, keep or sell. I'm going to be honest. I'd keep him and give him one more season. That's it. If he doesn't perform next season, you need to look to cut your losses. Nottingham Forest fans, are you Tottenham in disguise? Chelsea fans used to sing that weekly. This is where we are heading. Yeah. Look, Domino's Pizza UK, Chelsea, 6 L's in that, bro. Yeah, because we've lost 6 consecutive in the league, man. Enzo Fernandez is the only player that will get praised today. Only one with a pair of balls to force an issue. He'll work under any manager that comes in. I won't allow any narratives to be spun. Bravery will always be rewarded. I've been defending Enzo Fernandez all season, bro. I have. Chelsea Football Club, 1905 to 2025. Yeah. Said earlier I wasn't mad about today's game, but I'm fuming. Forest B team came to the bridge and beat us 3-1. Are you mad? What happened to us, man? Who actually benefits from this model? Owners losing money, fans get served slop. Actual joke all around, yeah. Fans be protesting every day for Blue Co to leave, but the real protest is how do we arrest Tosin? Yeah. It's crazy, man. But with that being said, guys, I've been on here for about an hour and a half. Don't really have much to really say anymore. Again, Chelsea lose 3-1 at the bridge. Are we surprised? I mean, Forest basically did my prediction for this game, and they did it to Chelsea. Crazy, right? But again, Blue Co has to leave. Aries management needs to step in. It's enough blaming these players, and it's enough blaming manager after manager after manager. All the ire, all the vitriol, all the negative press needs to go to these owners. And until that changes, man, bro, this club is going to continue to fall further and further down. But that being said, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. I appreciate the engagement, the people watching, everything like that. It means a lot. I just want my opinion and my voice to be out there because on this side of the pond, there needs to be some type of logical Chelsea fan out there that understands what's going on. Alex Goldberg, you are an embarrassment, bro. You are an absolute embarrassment. Don't switch up now. Keep the same energy. And same with Nini. Keep the same energy, bro. You guys are an embarrassment to the fan base right now by continuously defending the sporting directors and these owners. You guys are an embarrassment. You can clip me. You can send this to them. You can retweet this shit. I don't give a fuck. You guys are an absolute embarrassment. Stop enabling this fucking behavior and use your platform, honestly, to call out the bullshit. That's what you need to do. It's as simple as that. But I'm Jason. No filter Chels. Drop a like, sub, comment. Do what you all have to do. Get this stream out there. Get these clips out there. I'm going to be having shorts uploaded in a little bit from this stream. Go ahead and take a look at those if you guys want. I have videos uploaded as well. But yeah, man. I'm out. I got some stuff I need to take care of in the house. Do my laundry and everything. But yeah, I'm out of here, guys. Peace.